Live. We are so live. Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Hi there. A few announcements before I hand things off to Matt and we begin our channel. Here's our other shows on the channel. Wednesday night, League of Amazing Adventurers. Friday night, possibly off this week, possibly broadcasting our Session 0. Need to make a call as to whether or not I want to broadcast our Session 0 or not. Then Saturday, Salt and Sorcery. Sunday, Pokemon Nuzlocke. And nothing on Tuesdays or Thursdays.
That was possibly the quickest you've ever done the schedule, Will.
It is.
You speed run it. You got the achievement. Ding!
The achievement hunting. One of my favorite pastimes that also baffles Matthew.
That's what I should do for like a Christmas.
Most people.
I should make up fake little achievement cards for you for Christmas and then just give them to you in a box to open. Like, open the next
gift
box.
Of achievement.
Oh wow, I would that would be more achievement than my entirety of my adult life.
Now.
Needs the positive reinforcement. I actually think that would be
very
good.
Real life.
I would actually really enjoy that.
Real life actually has just terrible notifications. That's all. It's buried in a menu somewhere.
I would actually really enjoy that gift. That would honestly be something incredibly good for my mental health. And I recognize this fact. But speaking of things that are good for my mental health, yes, big reminder: Pokemon Nuzlocke Sunday. Come judge my poor decision making. We've made it through 2 gyms. We've only had 3 deaths. It's been really good so far. Now we're going up against the gym that wiped us out last time. But we have 2 shinies in the party to use as sacrifices for it, so we should be good.
Shinies?
Yeah.
Who died?
You went shiny hunting on a Nuzlocke?
I just found them.
You motherfucker. I can't fucking stand you sometimes.
Okay, to be fair, one of them is the worst shiny that I could have possibly gotten. It's for a terrible Pokemon.
Ooh.
Gumshoe.
What?
Gumshoe.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm too old to understand shinies.
But the other one is...
What do you mean? They were in the first game, Matt. What do you mean?
They're in the second game.
Were they not?
Second game.
Oh, I just know that there's like shinies for all of like the first gen, so I just kind of assumed.
There's
shinies
like
for every black and white? How could there have been shinies? Like my Pokemon Yellow version didn't have color.
No, Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal were the first ones to have shinies. And the thing about shiny Pokemon in those games is that they weren't actually like rarer. It was just that Pokemon with like perfect stats were shiny. So if you caught a shiny, it had perfect stats at the time. It's the only time when having a shiny meant that the Pokemon had better stats than most other Pokemon. And that's been your Pokemon history fact.
That's a fun Pokemon history fact.
Learn it.
Yeah.
God, there's so much depth to Pokemon I don't realize.
I have several degrees in Pokemon because every time you complete the Pokedex in a Pokemon game, you get a diploma.
I wouldn't know. You could be fully bullshitting me right now, and I would have no way to call you out on it.
I will send you a picture of the Violet diploma when I get it.
I just like the cute Pokemon. I put the cute Pokemon in my team, and if I can do like Pokemon on me or like feed them a snack, I'm like, yeah.
I like the bread puppy.
Fido. I've been shiny hunting one of them for Rose. I want to like get a shiny Fido and just send it to Rose and surprise her.
I would name him Sourdough.
I named mine Ciabatta.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, so that's Sundays. Please come and check that out. It's been really fun to do, and I make really bad decisions because I am not a Nuzlocker. I'm normally a casual Pokemon player. But Matt, I've done all my announcements. Yeah. You take over. Tell the people what they came here for.
What they came here for. Did you know that apparently the events of Kingdom Hearts as they relate to Toy Story happen between Toy Story 2 and 3? So if you watch Toy Story 3, the entire movie, you can realize, oh, they know Sora. But no, really. We are here for some Pathfinder 2nd Edition Adventure Path, specifically the Strength of Thousands, where we take a group of bright, starry-eyed students and through trials and tribulations fashion them into teachers, or lore speakers as they're called at the Magambia, the magic school. Most recently, they have gone off on their first sort of like academic trip with a group of students. It was at first to locate a student who left very abruptly, who turned out to be okay. They just went home to help with a minor crisis in their home village. And once they were kind of reconnected with, we branched off onto the real juicy part of this trip, investigating the ancient ruins of Blood Salt, which held many interesting secrets and some rather spooky horrors. Horrible bog mummy amalgamations were encountered.
God, I hate those things.
Malevolent masses of sulfur. A hidden temple to a mystery cult, which maybe worships three goddesses of unknown beliefs.
Like
You found a
origins, maybe? I said draconic origins, maybe?
It's hard to say. Mystery cults are famous for, not writing things down so people can't find things out about them. But you also discovered a fellow lore speaker who had been missing for years because they had been caught in a stasis trap in this temple. Check out the VOD for last week to meet our new cast member. But now...
She's on a cruise right now. She'll be back the week after next. Probably, or I don't know when we're off. We'll be off at some point for Christmas, y'all, but...
I mean, yeah, so just like holiday scheduling.
Sorry, Matt.
We'll be off on either the 19th and the 26th, or just the 26th, depending on people's travel plans. I don't know.
I'm not going to be home.
Yeah, I don't know when people are going to be home or going to be out and about. I don't know when Matt starts their trip.
The Thursday before Christmas, and I think I'm back on the... Actually, I'm back on Tuesday night, I think.
Okay, so the 22nd to the 27th. Okay, cool.
Because I have those 2 days off from work normally, so...
Nice.
Took 2 days off, turned it into a 6-day weekend, essentially.
That's so weird. But yeah, so we're going to be doing that way. So we'll probably... if Matt's away on the 17th, we'll probably take... Sorry, not the 17th, the 24th. Yeah. We will probably do our Christmas special on the 23rd for League.
21st, you mean?
23rd. Oh, no,
for
actually,
League.
I'm looking at November.
21st, I'm looking at
21st,
November. Yeah.
I
was looking at November, yeah. We'll do our Christmas special on the 21st for League. Matt will fly out. We will take the 26th off, and we will be back on the 2nd of January.
Nice.
So there we go. Sorry, Matt, continue introducing the people.
Speaking of people, this show is run by people, and they're all wonderful and delightful in their own ways. And just because she's been away for a little while, let's start with our dear, dear friend, Zoe. Who are you, and who are you playing tonight? And, okay, you're not muted.
So, guys, I'm Zoe. I'm known as Zosie Pose on the internet. And I play Ophelia. She is our Whisper Elf Bard. She is pretty sassy and energetic and very fiercely loyal to her friends. These friends here. Yay.
Her non-disposable friends.
The non-disposable friends, yeah.
And speaking of non-disposable friends, despite them being somewhat fey, which does in some people's eyes make them disposable, McKenna, who are you playing?
I'm playing the victim, apparently.
You are the Drew Barrymore of our show.
You know what? I'll take that. That is a damn compliment. She is a delight. I'm McKenna Ray Tynan, and apparently the Drew Barrymore of this group. And tonight I am, in addition to playing the victim, playing Avi Avi, the Nyctera Rune Witch. She's a little bat baby.
You get a call on
familiar agate.
You get a message cantrip. Do you like unforgiving adventure paths?
No.
Well, too bad. Look outside. And speaking of, terrible references. Actually, no, that's a terrible segue. I don't mean to do that. Will, save me. Introduce yourself.
Yes,
No,
terrible.
that would have been a good segue.
That would have been a good.
No, I felt
good
bad
segue.
as soon as I said it.
I
sorry.
I am the embodiment of terrible tabletop RPG references. Ooh, spooky, scary. Ooh, hello.
Skeletons.
I'm Will. I'm playing Igara, Choco, Kama, and possibly puppeting 2 other people tonight. Ka-chow.
And you're
But
also Lightning McQueen?
I am also
Oh,
secretly Lightning McQueen. I enjoy that film series more than I actually think I do. It's weird. Anyway.
but Will, who is your character?
Oh, I'm playing Igara. They're a summoner. They're a Gripply summoner who has
There we
a
go.
menagerie of creatures with them. If we hit level 9, I will have a dragon. Right now I have a terror bird. And then I also have Gamma. They're a frog. A fey frog. And that's it for now, but there actually may be more coming. Ha ha ha.
And before we get into that ends our introduction. So, Will, why don't you go ahead and roll that intro?
Okay, well, I hit the right button this week. Place your bets now, chat.
Who are you to argue with the
Happy to
hero
lay
of
down their
justice, McKenna?
lives.
And we're back.
The contrarian. That's all that is.
All right. Yes, we are still in book 3 of the Strength of Thousands Hurricanes Howl. Despite the fact that we've had pretty good weather so far.
You know, every single time I click that intro and I see Hurricanes howl, there's like a little part of like the back of my mind. It's like, oh no, are we actually on book 4 and I forgot to change over the intro?
Here.
That would be my fault. Don't worry, Will. But yeah, so last time you guys essentially kind of did the ultimate kind of quest of the actual investigation of blood salt. Thanks to your good rolls and collecting of various doodads and artifacts before tackling this challenge, you were able to remind a cloud dragon seemingly clinging to the last vestiges of life, of their duty and their purpose in life, and that gave them enough peace to actually pass on. Their existence appeared to have been quite tortured. They were kind of shriveled and decayed, but still clinging to life. So, I think you guys did a good thing personally. But you don't hear any of this. This is the DM talking to himself.
Was there anything to do with the eggs that she was guarding?
The eggs were long cracked, and we'll pick up just as you guys sort of finish that. Feel free to give me a like an investigation or like a perception check or a history or something to look around.
Perception, history. Give me 1 second.
Gamma.
I don't think there is a history in
Society.
All right, I can roll society.
25. With a 25, you put together after a little walking around and kind of academic going, yes. And judging by the fact that there are eggs in here, though long since, dead, and the murals and things on the walls, you are pretty sure that this is a hatchery. Yeah. And that they were probably a protector here, but judging from the damage to the walls, it's very possible that something went horribly wrong and they may have themselves been responsible for damage to the eggs. And their grief and regret and just utter despair may have unfortunately tied them to this location until they were released.
I think Avi does make a point of going around and like triple checking all of the eggs just to make sure there's not like a
The eggs are quite aged, but you also notice that there appears to have been some sort of like corrosive effect that probably did them in. You think it's very possible the the gases that you were warned about were accidentally or unintentionally let in here, and that may have what's been doomed the eggs.
It's very sad. But there's probably nothing to be done about it. Is there any value, either academically or not so much financially, but more so academically, in gathering those eggs?
You don't think so? They've been in here so long and they've dried out so much they're almost like petrified.
Okay. Well, it was a nice thought.
You guys just standing in here, there's just sort of a palpable air of like sadness and grief in here. It's not a pleasant place to be in beyond the remains of the beautiful murals inside. What once was probably a place of joy and, new beginnings with hatchings of eggs and stuff and joyous parents is now it's just sad. A monument to loss.
This is so depressing.
Yeah, this has not been my favorite archaeological exploration so far.
Speaking of which, we are now going to move on to a section called Practical Research and Restoration. So, now that you guys have cleared out, with the exception of the snake lady doing her own thing, the ruins of blood salt, we are going to enter into a period of sort of like accelerated and abbreviated gameplay, where you guys have the run of the place. So you can choose to do a couple things for the next few months. You can basically, you have two choices of a task, and each task will take a month of time. You can do practical research in the ruins of blood salt, which will allow you to increase your branch levels at the school through research with your students. Or you can go and help with the restoration of Q2. And that will earn what's called restoration points.
Interesting.
And just so you are all aware, so you can make an informed decision, when you do the practical research in blood salt, you carefully explore the ruins of blood salt with your students, pointing out archaeological evidence your branch would find most interesting. Choose either your primary or secondary branch and attempt a skill check against the standard DC of the branch's level, which is 10 plus the highest, like the current level of your branch, because you need to beat the current level to advance to the next level.
Right.
You can use diplomacy or one of the branch's associated skills, which I have bookmarked here for you guys if you need to find out. And this activity, like one roll is your activity for like a month. For the restoration back in Q2, which also takes a month, you can do a attempt at athletics, crafting, or society. And you do have one entirely non-skill based check kind of decision to make, because as you are sort of divvying up and giving your students the briefing on their choices here, you do see Iboko seems a little torn. She is very interested in the academic research to be done here, and what knowledge might be gleaned from that, but she also does feel a responsibility for her village, for her family and her neighbors. And she kind of looks to you guys on what she should do. And before you ask, she can't really split her time.
No.
So you're going to have to make a decision on what you think she should do.
Well, it sounded like your family wanted you to pursue your education, so I don't really think that you would be betraying their trust by doing what they've asked, especially if it is something that you are passionate about. I think while you would absolutely be an asset to the restoration, I don't mean to diminish that. I feel like you would be just as much of an asset here, if not more. So it's entirely up to you, Iboko, but I don't think anyone would hold it against you if you stayed.
That's what Avi Avi thinks. What does everyone else think?
Yeah.
Igor?
Quite honestly, there's one thing that I learned in my time as a person for the school. It was that, you gotta take opportunities when they come to you. And listen, we're going to be here helping out your village. We're going to be bouncing between the two. And we got a team of crackpot people here who can easily help out the village for you. Take this time for your education. Do it. Education. I'm team edumacation.
Ophelia.
I think that you should go with what your heart says and pursue your education. It's the most important thing to further yourself and go on your journey, and make your own decisions. And even if we're telling you these things, it has to be your decision. But whatever you choose, don't worry. We will support you in whatever way we can.
So it seems like the heroes are falling pretty solidly on the research side of things.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
because
And if
she
that
seems
means
so.
that one of us has to go and be the one that helps the village out, I would gladly go do that while you guys take care of the kiddos.
Well, the
Yeah.
kiddos are also going to be doing one thing, so there'll be no rolling for them. But she does. After your encouragement, she feels comfortable staying and working on the research project. So we are going to start with month 1. I'm going to go kind of around the board here. Though we're not going to make you do back-to-back things because I know you're puppeting at least Aerith tonight. So what does Igru choose to do for the first month?
Igara is only good at a couple of things, and none of those things are good for helping rebuild the village. As much as Igara wants to go help rebuild the village, Igara would be entirely inept at doing so. Thusly, I'm going to be focusing in on the research so that maybe some of my other friends who are better at these types of things could go help out the village. Specifically, I'm going to be focusing on the Rain Scribes, Matt.
Rain Scribes, who their associate
Medicine,
skills
nature,
are...
survival. I have
That is
enough.
correct.
And
right.
I'm just going to use my assurance medicine to get a 23 and auto succeed. Because I'm only level 4 in that section right now.
Would you be able to use assurance on this? I guess so. No
Yeah.
logical reason you couldn't. So you just get a success?
I just automatically succeed.
No, but like you're just like, what does the total end up being?
Well, the total ends up being 23.
All right, and what is the your branch level for that branch?
4.
So 14, so you get a 23?
Yep.
All right. So you get a success, but not a critical one then.
Yep. It's the
That's
DC
fine.
is 19, and then I got 23. So.
With its success, the evidence you uncover is interesting, and your students learn much from your instruction. Increase the branch level of the branch you chose by 1.
Yay.
So that's month 1 done. Month 1 done? Yeah. Month 1 done for Will. Blah, 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 blah. Moving down my screen to McKenna. What does Avi Avi choose to do with her first month?
I think since Ophelia has volunteered to go help with the village, and also I think my crafting and society are decent, but not as good as maybe Ophelia's. I'm going to stay and do some research probably for the Cascade Bearers on the first month.
Cascade Bearers are arcana, occultism, and religion.
I'm going to make an occultism roll.
All right. And what is the highest? What is your branch level in the Rain Scribes?
Cascade Bear is, and it
Sorry.
is level 5 at the moment.
All right. So that will be a DC of 15.
A DC of 15?
Yes. He is the level of your branch. Oh, wow.
That's a 34?
34. So that will be a critical success, I guess, then. An amazing discovery. You find previously unseen evidence regarding Blood Salt's vanished residence that's certain to bring renown to you and your students. They're going to get credits on like this research paper. You gain access to the Blood Salt Dragon Disciple archetype feats.
Okay.
Increase the branch level of the branch you chose by 2.
Okay.
Dragon Disciple. Oh, that's a good set of feats for you, McKenna.
I don't know what that means.
Now,
but
keep
we're
in
gonna
mind,
find
though,
out.
keep in mind, just as a point of order, you have access to it. This isn't, unfortunately, like the
It's not like a
Megambia
free
thing.
feat.
It's not a free archetype. So you will have to sacrifice witch levels.
If you take them. But also, if it's a... Oh, God. What type of feat is it, Matt? Dragon Disciple? That might be charisma.
Archetype.
Yeah, that might be charisma based for their DCs. Fair warning.
Interesting. And what does that mean for being Cascade Bear's level 7 in terms of?
I have it.
You get your first branch feat.
Get my first branch feat.
Yeah.
Would you like to know what your branch feat is?
Yes.
Which branch is it for? Cascade Bearers?
Yes.
So you gain the 6th level Megambia Attendant archetype feat, requiring affiliation with your branch. Yeah. So you get the 6th level one that requires affiliation to your branch. I have to open up another book to tell you which one that is.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't have access to that.
I don't have that book on Roll20, unfortunately.
Which one are we talking about?
It's in the Lost Omens World Guide. Give me a second.
Oh.
Sorry, there's so many small books.
Yeah.
There is.
No, sorry, not in the Lost Omens World Guide, because the Mugambi Expanse, this one just has backgrounds, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yes, it does, so it's in the Lost Omens Character Guide. Thank God I have these books, like, sitting right beside me. And then you were Cascade Bearers, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to confirm I have the memory span of a pigeon lately. So, for the Cascade Bearers, your level 6 feat is... Cascade Bearers. Cascade Bearers spell casts. Nope, that's feat level 10. That's going to be the first one. Cascade Bearers flexibility. Once a day, you can call upon your training to help you adjust a spell as a free action. Until the end of your turn, you gain a single meta magic feat. Thank you for the resub, Crystal Calf. Until the end of your turn, you gain a single meta magic feat from the Druid or Wizard class that has a level requirement of no more than half your level. So you get free reach spell or widen spell.
Okay.
Or
and
other
that's...
meta magic feats as you level up.
Okay, free reach spell or...
The name of the feat is
spell.
Cascade Bearers Flexibility, if you're going to look it up on archives.
I will. And that's like a once a day sort of thing?
Yep, that's a once a day. Which it's pretty good. It lets you mess with meta magic.
Good. I do like meta magic.
Everyone likes meta magic once they actually kind of understand it.
Reach spell, electric arc. Reach spell, electric arc. Reach spell, electric arc.
It's a good one.
Here's my go-to. And I have confirmed that the Dragon Disciple stuff is charisma based.
Well, I have access to it.
Bless you.
Pardon me. And theoretically now so do my students, so that'll be good for some of them at least.
Yeah. The Flight of the Dragons.
Yes, yes.
I I now have all the sheets open in front of me that we might need, so we're good to go, Matt.
All right. Okay. So, that's good job on Avi. You got a nice little bit of academic fame there. But we're going to move on to Ophelia now.
Alrighty. So, I mean, I guess I would be worried that in the time that we've been gone, that the little village has been hit again. So I would just get going with.
You quickly discover that the village is fine. No, there's been no subsequent attacks. They are a little slower to rebuild, possibly. They've never had a great amount of just manpower necessary. It's not a very big village, maybe 200 people or something. And it was a lot of damage all at once. But yeah, you can, if you'd like, you can camp out. Well, pardon me. You travel back and forth to Q2 from the Magambia camp over 1 month, hoping to rebuild the village from past raids and fortify their defenses for the future. So it is going to be a athletics, crafting, or society check.
That would be a society check.
All right.
All right.
So see what you do over the course of a month. 23.
7.
I'm afraid that is a failure.
Did I roll? Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to use a hero point, you could.
Like I rolled so low.
Yeah, you might as well.
Want to use a hero point, you can.
I'm worried that it's. I mean,
I mean, worst comes to worst, if you need another hero point, Crystal Calf is in the chat.
Okay, I'll just roll again. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, that's not a critical failure. So you are not awarded any restoration points, but you don't aid Q2 as much with your work, but the villagers appreciate that you tried.
Oh.
It's okay. I give them performances to ease their aches and pains.
Oh, Squishy.
So
Squishy got used
hopefully that at least does something.
Yes. Morale is high. We're going to move on to the... actually, quick question.
Quick answer, Matt.
What is Aerith's crafting?
3.
Never mind, then.
Did you say 3?
Would you like to know what their society is? 13.
Oh.
They're only trained in it, though.
Not bad.
I just want to say...
Might as well just have her come with me and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a society check for the first
What's
month.
the worst that could happen? 24.
That is a success. You
What?
gain 1 restoration point.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
By 1.
By 1. It is a DC 24.
Mother.
All right. We move on to month number 2. I'm going to start up at the top of the cycle again. Igora. What is Igora doing for the second month?
I'm going to auto-succeed at my level 6 for the Rain Scribes.
All right. Well, hold on now, Will. What is your...
23.
23?
Yeah.
And your what is the branch level now?
It's level 5, so I can get up to level 8 automatically succeeding without rolling.
Okay. All right, so you gain 1 more branch level.
And now that one is level 6. So it has a skill increase to expert. So I now get to pick one of the branch's associated skills and increase it to expert. Or to trained if I don't already have it. But I don't have survival train, so we'll grab training and survival. Boop.
All right. We're going to switch things up a little bit for this one. Go to Ophelia now instead. What are you going to do for your second month? Oh, you're muted.
I really thought that I unmuted.
Uh,
For the
That's
first
okay,
month, I
happens.
guess we would focus on, like fixing the damage there. But the second month, we would focus on, I guess, let's say, I don't want to say like making weapons, but like procuring.
Or helping to organize.
Yeah, helping organize, like, I don't know, group watch and kind of like a little community watch kind of organization there, I guess. So I'm gonna roll crap again.
oh.
Another 3.
You did get another hero point. You can use it if you want.
Another. Okay, sure, I'll use that one so I can get a 23.
Ooh.
Hey, there we go.
30.
Right, thank
Success.
you.
You gain another restoration point. Your work to restore the village is solid. You gain 1 restoration point. Then we're going to switch back to the original order with Avi Avi.
All right.
Avi Avi in the Jocket Copter. What do you got for us today?
Okay, so it is my understanding
love
that we
you, Matt.
cannot have more total branch levels than our.
Current level.
Yes.
I mean, I guess we can stock them, right? Like we can.
I think
if
that
we-
only
if-
works with critical successes.
Yeah. It only was on a critical
Okay.
success we could do that. So you can go to level 8 in both of your branches right now.
Okay.
You guys
'cause
have you guys have months and months potentially here, so
Well, and that's the other thing. Is it 8 levels total or is it 8 levels for
8.
each?
8
8 levels
for
in a
each.
branch. Your branch level can never exceed your level.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking it was total. So, for example, I have 7 in Cascade Bears and 1 in Emerald Boughs, and I was like, that's 8. Am I allowed to keep rolling?
Yes.
Okay.
So you could get
Well-
you could get your Emerald Brows caught up. You can get your Cascade up to 8. You can do a lot of stuff.
I think I'll try getting my Cascade Bears up to 8 with another occultism check.
All right. And what is your current branch level for that?
7.
All right, so it'll be 17, the DC.
Not bad.
10 plus
25.
7.
No, it's 15 plus the level map.
Oh,
That's why 8 is 23.
Oh, 15 plus 7, that's still a success.
Yeah.
nice.
So you gain another branch level.
Nice. Does the level 8 get me anything, Will?
Level 8 gets you the general feat for the which one was it again? Emerald Boughs?
General.
Cascade Bearer.
Cascade
Cascade
Bears
Bearer.
gets you Canny Acumen. The
Ooh.
general feat Canny Acumen. It increases a saving throw or your perception to expert.
Which,
Okay.
sadly, is not something you should usually use a feat on because eventually you get the benefit of that anyway.
If you're a monk, you can use it because you get to pick which ones you get. So you could use that to neglect one of them and upgrade the other 2 safely.
Ah,
I think I might already. I don't have Canny Acumen yet. I can use it.
and it's free essentially. So
The price
It's
is
free
free.
real estate.
It's like the TMZ
Yeah.
app.
Well, I don't think Witch ever gets like higher than Expert in Perception. So
which is a little funny.
I'll probably do that for now. Yeah, I know. They're not a wisdom based class, so Paizo was like, well, you get nothing for this. And I was like,
you get it at
okay.
11th level to go to expert, but that's it.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll a? No, I'm not going to phrase it like that. I hate when people phrase like that. Will, please roll another society check for Aerith
Society?
For the-
Uwu?
for rebuilding U2. Yes,
Society Uwu fail.
not a success, sadly. 1 off.
Yeah, I have a 50-50.
All right. We are moving into month 3 now, and I would just like to state, as this month kind of begins, Avi, you start having somewhat restless sleep. No nightmares, no bad dreams or anything, but there's just you feel unsettled. Something is irking at you, and you're not sure what. But it's not enough to really stop your research. You're in the throes of academic discovery. It's just kind of, a needle in the mind's eye, so to speak, or a sliver in the mind's eye, which is
Sus.
I
a
don't like that.
Star Wars novel that is so old they didn't know yet that Luke and Leia were siblings, and they dropped weird hints at the beginning of the book.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
I mean, they didn't seem to know that they were siblings at the end of the second movie either, so I mean, L Star Wars. I don't know what else
I
to
mean,
tell you.
it's not even canon on like Legends anymore.
It's not canon that they were siblings or
No,
that they.
that book.
Siblings.
Okay.
This is my sister. This is my brother.
Okay, well, I I've got just like a weird nagging feeling and like weird dreams.
Yeah, you find yourself staring at the horizon a few times, and you don't like. Oh, by the way, you guys, every now and then during the course of these few months, you have had to briefly evacuate blood salt because you notice your medallions start to corrode a little bit.
Yes.
But you guys have been vigilant enough about it. You got one hanging off of Endures in Darkness's staff, so it's literally dangling in front of his face like 90% of the day. So you guys occasionally just have to get out of the city, like get to like some of you climb trees and just sort of watch this weird, almost invisible cloud kind of seep into the city and then just sort of dissipate.
That's terrifying.
Can
It
I
is kind of terrifying.
That's so scary.
Can I have like a smoke sesh with Endures in Darkness to see if I can't?
near later on in the month, sure.
Sure. We can do it towards the end of the month if we wanted to go after like everyone else's turns.
The humidity is
It's not. Well,
It's
we
not
need
good.
like some sort of enclosed space, so I'd probably have to like pitch a tent or something.
he's putting together a little like spirit tent. Vision
Spirit
tent.
Yes, like a little like yurt is what I'm picturing.
I mean, it's a new thing he's learned. They didn't really have much use for them underground when he fought in the Mushroom Wars, so.
You know, you keep talking about these mushroom wars, and for the life of me, I can't find them on the books. Are they just completely unrecorded, or
Oral tradition.
oral tradition? Would it be offensive if I wrote it down?
Terribly so. No.
Oh, okay.
No, he's like,
then
no one's really ever asked.
I'm asking now.
Well, we can, maybe when we get back to the Magambia, that would be nice.
Yes, I think so. That way future generations could learn.
But we're going to start again for this month's activities with Igara.
Auto succeed. Rain scribes to 7.
Okay. Avi, what are you up to this month?
Oh, you know what? I've reached max capacity with Cascade Bearers, so I think it's time to finally put some love into Emerald Bows. I'm only leveled 1 in Emerald Bows.
So DC 16 then.
DC 16. And what is the role for that?
Deception, diplomacy, or society? Ooh, they get a good general feat though later on. So that'll be a
Well,
success. Oh, that's Igor, sorry.
I will roll a society.
That is a success.
I will take that 22.
Okay.
So that brings you up to level 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You get the Steeped in History benefit. You get a +1 bonus to recall knowledges about the Magambia.
All right.
Igora, please, or Will, not Igora, please roll Aerith's crafting or society check for this month.
Caro. 24.
That is a success. Another restoration point for Q2. Things are looking good. And then we go to Ophelia.
All right,
Ophelia. Hey, nice job, Ophelia.
Cool. Double success? Did I do anything?
27. That is a success. So that is another restoration point for Q2. You guys are up to 4. Nicely
Yay.
done.
Very cool.
A little bit of a
Is there
question.
like a max? Or
I mean, the village is looking pretty good at this point. As the third month draws to a close, you do have time for your little sesh with Endures in Darkness. The yurt is complete.
Yes.
It's made out of numerous palm fronds from things in the jungle. Though you do have to shoo out a strange-looking bird at one point.
Is it God?
It's the god bird.
I can't shoo God out of my yurt, Matthew.
Well, no, you look inside, and then these two shining eyes just are in the darkness inside, and for a second you think it's like a monster or something, and then just runs out of there,
Wow.
leaving
Keep
behind
running
a
into
trail
God.
of feathers that seemingly dissolve into mist.
Wow.
That's
That's
God.
amazing.
Can't tell me that's not God.
Before we do that, I do have a question.
Sure.
So I have that like bonus to recall knowledge checks about the Magambia from Cascade Bears already. Does it stack, or is it just kind of a, you already have this?
You already have it.
If you were really power gaming, you would have thought of that ahead of time and not taken recall knowledge, but that also would have
I
not
don't
served you
have an
well.
option. I don't have the
Yeah, you
option.
automatically get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it upgrades
So
to a
unless
+2
unless
at level
Cascade Bearers and Emerald Bow has like just similar things, and that's I wouldn't have had that information making that
11.
choice initially.
Everyone has the same thing. So it's,
Don't worry about
it
it.
is a +1 to the recall knowledge about the Magambia, the tenets of or history of your branch, and members of your branch. So, say hypothetically this was specifically to the Emerald Brows check, you would get that bonus for Emerald Brows. If it was specifically for the Cascade Bearers, you would get that bonus for Cascade Bearers.
All right, if you say so.
And then at level 11, it becomes a +2. Ooh.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well.
All right.
Let's get into the sesh.
So, you are rather practiced at this point, so you kind of like fall into your kind of space inside your mind where you commune with your patron. And again, you find a small stack of rune stones before you in this kind of empty, comfortable space. Though there's a unclear sense of like just weird tension in the air. Like, you know that feeling in the air sometimes you get before a thunderstorm where you feel like there's pressure in the air?
Yes.
There's something
where you
like that
kinda
right now. It's
smell
similar
the ozone a little bit.
Yeah, it's similar to the sort of unease you've been feeling all month, and you find yourself looking at the horizon. And this time there is only 4 runestones stacked in front of you.
Oh. What is the source of this uneasiness?
The stones shiver a little.
Can I grab one?
You pick the one off the top, and it appears to be a winding road.
A winding road. Okay. So maybe it's that I've been traveling, maybe that I'm too far from home, or maybe it's the journey ahead. How are you doing? Are you okay?
Who are you directing that to?
Just sort of the nebulous entity that is my patron.
You
Because
feel
the fact that I'm picking up some tension here, I'm worried about them now.
you feel Agate place their head. Like, are you like how are you in this space? Are you sitting like on the ground? Are you kneeling? Are you standing?
I'm sitting crisscross applesauce.
All right. You feel Agate comfortably place their head on kind of your lap and look up at you, slightly concerned.
Oh, you're not concerned.
Specifically, the concern is directed at you.
Oh, you're not worried about me, are you?
She nuzzles you harder.
Oh, sweet thing. Well, is there anything I should keep in mind going forward? Anything to look out for? Good or bad?
Agate glances at the remaining stones.
You know what? I have an impulse to like shuffle them around and just kind of like
Okay.
pick one.
You pick a random one. You find what appears to be a kind of crude drawing of like a little lizard, like a salamander almost.
Okay. I will look out for a salamander. Or something akin to a salamander. Thank you. And thank you for your concern. I think I'll be okay.
She flops onto her belly now and like obviously wants some tum-tum rubs.
I give her some tum-tum rubs in the yurt. in the yurt dream space, I give my Dwemer cat cub just big old which for Avi is like an endeavor, right? Because she's
Yes.
12 inches tall, so she has to like fully reach across and like.
Yeah. It's like doing it to a tiger for a toddler.
Yes, precisely.
Also, size and comparative size is a little screwy in here.
Comparative size, they're both tiny. They are both tiny creatures.
Well, no, I just mean things sometimes seem bigger and smaller. The stones have changed size several times since you got in here.
Oh, fascinating. Okay. Well, I take the appropriate amount of time for tummy rubs.
There are 2 stones remaining.
Oh, there are 2 stones remaining. I didn't have more questions than that. Should I just turn these over? I thought that's all I had to ask.
Agate just stares at you, somewhat seriously looking. The playfulness is gone from her face.
I don't know how to interpret that, my friend. Think I should ask again about Kiara?
Agate actually gets up and just wanders over and now stands on the opposite side of the stones from you and just kind of looks down at them and looks at you.
Okay. Oh.
You get the impression that they're not waiting for a question this time.
Oh. So maybe I should just turn them over. I will do just that then. The one that Agate is in front of,
Well, she's sort of sitting in front of both of them, but you pick up one, you turn over. It appears to be an image of fire, a burning flame.
Okay. And then I flip over the last one.
You are face to face with the unmistakable sigil of a skull.
Oh. That bodes poorly.
And with that, you sort of come out of your trance state into the interior of the yurt, which has become kind of chilly.
I think I've seen an omen of my death, once more, which is unfortunate for me. Something to do with fire and a salamander. This is not good, I think. I think this is not good.
Outside the yurt, night has very much fallen. The beautiful stars are out. Everything seems right in the world out here. The students are slowly kind of detaching themselves from the campfire and heading to their tents. They're in good spirits. They've been making good progress on both the academic front and the restoration of the village. They feel good about what they've been doing. They've really enjoyed having sort of a change of environment. Everything seems good. Only you have this kind of chill going up your spine now.
Well,
Picturing that meme of people, at the party, the one guy in the corner, They don't know I've had omens of doom.
Well, I suppose we don't know how far down the path these troubles will occur. So, I suppose there's no point fretting in things that I can't necessarily change. For now,
That's a good wisdom thing. What's your wisdom skill at?
that is some good wisdom.
Yeah.
Hagakababaga.
What is your wisdom? Yeah, and I also have good news for everyone in the party now. Thanks to your 3 months of hard and diligent work, you are now level up.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I think I can finally fly.
Cool.
Oh, good. So many things happen at level 9 for me.
Yeah.
Oh, so many
And we,
things.
in the morning, or do you guys need a moment to do your level ups?
Well, we should probably take a moment to do like the level up. I
Like
think
put the
Okay.
stuff in.
Yeah, like put the stuff in.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to share what we got because we don't always get to share what we get on a level.
Well, let's be
up.
organized about this then. Because you already seem like you're moving along there, Will. Why don't you tell us what Igra is?
Why don't you tell us what Choku's up to?
Yeah, we get a lot of
That's
stuff.
what I really care about.
we get a lot of stuff at this level for Igara. Specifically as a summoner at level 9, I get my 5th level spells. I get an ancestry feat. I get to finally become an expert spellcaster. I get shared reflexes.
Heard that one.
And I get to increase one of my skills as well. So like I get a lot. Now the important thing is the ancestry feat, because I have the adopted ancestry and have been took the orc adopted ancestry and have been going down the orc tree like crazy. There's a really cool level 9 ancestry feat that orcs get. Orcs. Level 9. It is... No, it's not in this book. It's in the Ancestry Guide, which I don't have open because I didn't prepare. But TLD...
Are you looking for the orc ancestry?
Yeah, in the Ancestry Guide. I just have to open it up.
I can get that for you.
Ancestry Guide. I have so many Pathfinder rulebooks on my computer.
You looking at orc?
Yep. For the Ancestry.
For
book
level 9?
Specifically. I got it.
Which one are you talking with? Is it Undying Ferocity?
Nope. I just have to find it. It's a special orc feat.
I'm looking at them right now.
Not Advanced Player's Guide. It's not an
What?
Advanced Player's Guide. It's in the like the specific Ancestry Expanding Guide that
Ancestry Guide?
McKenna has.
Oh, is it Dragon's Grip?
Yes, I think that's the one.
Yeah, it's from the Ancestry Guide.
Yeah, which I don't own a physical copy of. I only own a PDF.
Your
of.
hold has a unique
Do
draconic
I own a
character.
physical copy of something that you do not?
Yes.
Me too. You gain a +2 circumstance bonus when you attempt to make an impression on a creature with the dragon trait. You gain access to the Riding Drake Animal Companion.
I now
So
get
Will
a
has been
dragon.
lying to us the whole time. Will does not get a dragon; he gets a drake, which is, like maybe Chihuahua version of a
A
dragon.
baby dragon.
It has a
It's
fly.
a baby.
It has a fly speed.
Just a baby.
You heard
Yeah,
it here
but-
first, folks. It has a fly speed.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Will. Though, don't drakes have their wings built into their arms?
I don't know. I don't know how drakes work in this game. I just like the fact that I can have a dragon.
Or am I thinking of a wyvern?
That's a wyvern.
Hold on, look at a picture.
I'm thinking like a proto drake from WoW when I grab this.
Oh boy.
I was correct though. The big difference between drakes and dragons is that dragons' wings are their own limbs on the back. Drakes, their wings are built into their arms.
Yes, but the fun thing about this is when I continue down the druid path now in a level, and they become a nimble or savage animal companion, I get access to a breath weapon. And that's what I'm excited for. So yeah, so I'm grabbing that for my ancestry feat. Then I get 5th level spells, so I have to completely change out my spells now because Summoner is one of those weird classes that when you get a new level of spell, you lose your old level of spell. So now I only have 4th and 5th level spell slots. It's very similar to the Warlock in 5e. In that
sliding scale.
I finally become an expert spellcaster.
Expert spellcaster. You're taking the dragon grip feat.
Yep.
What else do you get?
I get to become Gamma and me both get to become expert in our reflex saves. We've only been trained until now.
That's nice.
And I get to increase a skill. Have to figure out which one of those I want to increase. I can increase something to master. I'm probably increasing diplomacy to master because I already have medicine at master.
Usually I'd be paying more attention to your saves so I could tailor encounters to work against your weakest save, but this is an AP and I don't get to tailor the encounters.
But yeah, that's everything that I get. I have to update now Choco's stat block to that of a riding drake. And yeah.
Alright. Avi, what does this few months of work get Avi?
Well, she gets a bunch of stuff. The one that I am the most excited about, that I am frantically typing into my ancestry feats and abilities, is the 9th level feat, Energize Wings. At level 1, I took Evanescent Wings. That says you've manifested wings that can flutter for brief spurts. You don't need to spend any additional actions to reach something in your space that a medium creature could reach. For instance, if you wanted to open a cookie jar located 4 feet off the ground, you only need to spend a single interact action to do so. When you use Evanescent Wings to flutter to a higher place in your space, your actions gain the move trait. It takes another 9 levels to upgrade this feat.
The permanent flight?
Yes. Well, what's interesting about Evanescent Wings is that it gives you the ability to fly, but it doesn't say anything about falling, which, like, I have to imagine that having an ability to fly to bring your body weight up 4 feet in the air would also help you mitigate fall damage. Logistically, that makes sense to me, but it's not in the book, so it doesn't count.
And I think you also get 5th level spells as well.
Yes, I do, but I get to upgrade those wings to 9th level, which means I stoke my magic to energize my wings, temporarily transforming them into glowing, majestic forms. For 1 minute, I gain a fly speed of 30 feet, and I can do that once per hour. Additionally, I get lightning reflexes,
Your
which
reflex
is
save
probably like a reflex save buff.
I think it goes up to experts. Hold on, I have the witch in front of me.
Maybe
Lightning
master?
reflexes.
I don't remember.
Your proficiency rank, for reflex increases to expert.
Okay.
So.
And then I also get
A skill
a
increase.
skill increase, which if I can go to master in
Yep.
occultism,
It's
I
past
might do
7,
that.
so now expert can go to master.
Nice.
And I think that's all the big notes for you. And for Ophelia, if I'm not mistaken, then Ophelia is the first one to get one of these cool things, where now you can no longer just succeed will saves. If you succeed, you automatically critically succeed. Because you have resolve now.
That is exciting. I was actually looking for that, and I was like, why am I not finding
It's a tiny line in
what this means?
the bard stuff. It's
I
like
see.
a single paragraph or two.
Because I was like, what is this about resolve points? Because that is the only thing that is coming up.
Yeah, no.
Let me put
That's a different
that in under there. But then I also get my 5th level spells. I get an ancestry feat. I get great fortitude, which
Which
was
is always a funny
cool.
thing for bards, but okay.
I know. I was like, and why now after
I don't
I've
have
done
a
all
fly
of
speed
this disease and poison fighting stuff? And then a skill increase.
Yeah, now would
But
be
I
a
have
good
to
time to
wait.
make anything to a master. if you
I
had.
have to wait to 15 for other fun things, but let me see. Let me put this in here. So I'm going to go for, well, I'm between two things for my feats. For my elf feats.
Let's see
Speaking of Fae and wings, Avi, I could go with Fae influence on your form and features grows even more powerful and notable, which would be under a Fae influence, I could choose Monarch for elves, which would have wings for 10 minutes.
Quick question.
Whoa.
Do you have Fey influence, the prerequisite?
Looking under that,
Like, did you pick up Fey influence feat before?
yes.
Okay, then you're fine. Because you're looking at Fey Ascension, I think, which is the Fey influence on your form and features grow even more pronounced and notable. You gain one of the following features and abilities. This must be the same animal or Fey type as you chose for Fey influence.
It's either that or but for spells, I'm thinking.
There's some
Bless
neat
you.
stuff. Because
I'm thinking this one's very interesting. This one is synesthesia.
oh my.
Ooh. That'd be a cool one for a bard.
The target senses are suddenly rewired in unexpected ways, causing them to process noises as bursts of color, smells as sounds, and so on.
I can't even spell that.
But I feel like every other thing that I have is a will save, and this is just another will save.
I
So
mean,
like, oh,
there are benefits to leaning really hard in one direction. Occasionally, you will head up a thing that, oh, this thing is immune to all psychological effects. Like,
yeah.
well, poop. That's how my original bard used to work. It was just all enchantment magic.
Right.
And then lots of constructs started attacking us. I'm like, well, I guess I'll die.
And then you anti-magic fielded my demi-lich.
No, this was the original PF1 bard, Will.
Okay.
My geisha.
Fair enough.
Who never, no one ever let me make them a tea ceremony, despite the fact that it would allow me to double up on my bard buff.
Aww.
For one person. It was just 10 minutes. I could just 10 minutes before we go into the boss room, have a little tea ceremony outside the room.
Anyway.
So bitter. Anyway, yeah. So as you guys finalize your level ups, and you also see a little arrow appear above Endures of Darkness, he leveled up along with you because his fate is tied to yours. He's essentially got light well from WoW now. He can put down a healing well in the middle of the battlefield, and you guys can just run up and heal it, touch it and heal.
Oh,
that's neat.
Yeah, and he took another heal spell in a spell slot.
Nice.
That's all he does. He also has he could also turn into flying things through wild shape now, so if you guys need something really high up and Choco can't fly yet or something.
Yeah, I don't have a fly speed yet.
Yeah. But yeah. You guys need a little more time?
Just on a side note, as a reminder for our friends, if we have taken the basic spellcasting benefit feats from our multi-class feats, now that we are 9th level, we do not get any additional benefits, but we should have a first, a second, and a third level spell slot.
From whatever tradition your free archetype is giving you access to.
Yes.
So, Arcane with Wizard and Primal with Druid.
Yep.
Can you throw that in the chat?
I don't know if you have that feat. We'll have to look.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Feats. I don't see. I'll have to find your feats later. I don't see them there listed. Because every time you get a class feat, you got a free wizard feat.
Which is not this level, so I don't think we need to worry about it too much.
No, it's not. We need to worry about this much. It's just a reminder that if you have those feats, they are spellcasting. Doesn't increase until like level 12.
Yeah.
Archetypes can't be too powerful.
I get to learn 2 new spells.
So do I. Aerith. I'm not going to level up Aerith.
Mm-mm.
Because that is Aerith's decision to make.
Yeah, maybe we can go over it with Sarah when she comes back.
Yep. I was going to look at primal spells for level 5. But yeah, any cool magics people are looking at grabbing?
I'm considering tongues, just knowing how Avi is and what she likes to do. I don't think tongues fixes things like ciphers. It actually doesn't say one way or the other. Because I feel like there is something in comprehend languages, although that might be 5e and I might just be talking out of my ass.
It is one
of the comprehend languages in one of the systems has a specific notation about, like, if it's a cipher, that doesn't count. But that might be 5th edition.
It is one of the pitfalls of playing so many different systems.
Yeah.
Where eventually they just kind of start to all blend together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, and I can finally take sending. Oh, Kiara's gonna hate me. Kiara's gonna be annoyed with me.
I'm very glad you've now given me a preview of what your plan is. Now I can prepare.
I mean, did you not know that that was gonna be the first thing I did when I got access to 5th level spells? I feel like I'm pretty consistent with these things, Matt.
To be fair, what is it? The occult thing with witches, or is it primal, or what's your spells list?
I am arcane.
Okay, I don't know the arcane list that well.
Oh, that's fair. Although I think sending's also on divine. It might be on more than one. It's on arcane, divine, and occult, so it's literally everything except.
So I have no
primal.
excuse. I'm just unprepared.
Oh. Well, I have sending for now. I get one more. Tongues would be fun, but also something. Something ouchy.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to proceed now with the plot.
Yes. Time for plot.
All right. So, as you guys rouse after your good night's sleep, and you're feeling, invigorated to start your 4th month of work here in the ruins of Blood Salt or back at Q2. There's a little bit of commotion from the other side of the camp near the students' tents, and a couple of them usher over a young man that you don't recognize. He looks utterly wiped. He looks exhausted. He is just drenched in sweat. His clothes seem a little ripped. There's even a little bit of soot on some of them, and his eyes are kind of wide and panicked. And Ophelia, because you have been working the longest in Q2, you recognize this young man as one of Iboko's neighbors. Young man, he was helping with some repair work. He really liked your music. You just remember him being big smiles and a helpful hand. He was always very eager to help people, and here he looks like a frightened child. He looks to you guys. Now that he's spotted you, and he recognizes you as the teachers, the leaders of this group, and he says, "The knights have returned to Q2. They're taking people this time. They took Kolonoku." And he just kind of collapses in exhaustion. That was his last bit of strength.
Oh.
Well, time to kill some bandits, team.
What was the point of it all?
You will see, actually.
Training.
You guys actually did a very good thing. Except for you people who selfishly decided to get your own academic levels up. No.
I literally could do nothing to help the village.
Could have tried. No, it's
and
fine.
critically failed and done more harm than good. Anyway.
I would just like to also point out, by encouraging Iboko to stay with you guys, she wasn't taken.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I feel.
admittedly,
You know
her
what?
father
I
has been
feel pretty
taken.
goddamn good about
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Her father, with all due respect, is not my student. Is not
Yeah.
my ward. He's
though-
a grown ass man.
Speaking of which, she is gone now. She has run. She has
Circus
run
Dog
out.
monkeys.
She's run out into the jungle, leaving behind all her stuff.
Hey,
Boko, at least take your things. This isn't going to help if you just run out there and starve to death. I try to pick up her backpack and
She is gone.
Put your backpack in her pack.
Are you guys going to
I
I have every intention of following her.
Are you guys
Yeah,
going to
we're
grab any of your
just-
stuff, or are you just leaving your camp?
I'm grabbing my stuff.
I'm grabbing my stuff.
grab my stuff real
I
quick.
grab her stuff too.
With us and with the riding drake and us in our sizes, the riding drake is
Yeah.
now technically faster than Choco. By the way, Choco only has a speed of 40 feet. The riding drake has a speed of 45.
Well, we have to find you a riding drake first.
I just went into the jungle and did the hour during our downtime.
Okay.
Oh,
You come in start of the day. You're feeling really good about
I
yourself.
thought
Like, guys, look what I
was-
found.
Well,
and
yeah,
you find
Choco
the camp
was supposed to just become the riding drake, like the dragon
Yeah.
form of Kazooie and Banjo-Kazooie, which I realize is a bit of a deep cut.
terrifying. Terrifying.
again with the references that I made reference to at the start of the session. But anyway, while the camp is in mild chaos, Igura comes in out of the jungle on the back of this riding drake that he is so proud of himself for. He took his time, he communed with it, they had a real heart-to-heart, even though they don't
it's
necessarily
Choco.
really speak yet. Choco's nowhere to be seen.
The Drake is Choco.
You guys don't know that yet.
Yeah,
Why
so
would you
like,
ever
Choco
think that
magical
Choco would turn
stuff.
into a
Delicious
riding
giant
drake?
black Drake after Choco had been growing dragon scales for the last 2 levels.
Yeah.
But you find the camp in chaos, Igura. People are running all over the place, grabbing stuff. Very different from the kind of calm and just, motivated work that's been the last few months.
Yeah, because I've been here. Yep. I mean, technically we can fit Avi and Ophelia on the riding drake with its size and our sizes.
How fast does
Whatever's
the riding drake
fastest.
go?
45 feet in action.
We should go. We should go now.
If I haste, I was gonna say the chicken out of habit.
Yeah, we can.
If
It's still a chicken.
Yeah.
It's just a
If I
scaly chicken.
haste the drake chicken, will we
Amazingly,
catch up to her?
still got the chicken thing.
Can we catch up to her?
Um,
If I haste the chicken? Like now?
give me a quick second here.
I think haste only applies to attack actions.
Nope, you can
Plus-
use it to stride or strike.
But it
Oh,
only
okay.
does last for like a minute.
Yeah, that's
So
still
outside of a
that's-
combat situation, not actually.
I mean, we've used it to go speedy before.
times 4.
You guys don't manage to catch up to Iboko, but you do get to the village quite quickly.
6. So we
Evidence
were going,
of the recent attack on.
We were going 30 feet a second.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Anyway, continue.
I will continue.
Sorry, I just
evidence-
I wanted to share that.
Interrupts me again. It's fine.
Incur my wrath.
Yes, I'm making notes here. No, I was keeping track of how many restoration points you guys got. Evidence of the recent attack on Q2 is obvious. Because you guys got within the 3 to 4 restoration points, Q2 was in better shape at the start of this attack than it has been in years. Although there are a few dead and many wounded, more than 100 people still remain in Q2. But keep in mind, there were only 200 to begin with.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
if you had had 0 restoration points, the villagers had barely finished rebuilding and had no defenses in place at all. There are fewer than a dozen survivors, and each too overwhelmed by loss to do anything but weep. So thankfully, that was if you guys had 0 restoration points.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
you only missed the best possible outcome by 1 restoration point.
Dang. Don't even tell me what it was. Don't even tell me. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I could not do anything to help. I apologize.
It's all right.
All your fault, Igora.
The knights made no effort to hide their tracks or disguise their movements. They apparently don't seem to be concerned about any of these villagers following them or anything.
All right, Gamma, track them. Let's go.
You guys can pursue them right away, but unfortunately, because you have less than 5 restoration points, the villagers do ask you guys to help tend to the wounded and to help bury some of the dead first. It'll only take a few hours, but it will require some skill checks.
That's fine.
Did they take anyone?
They took dozens of people.
Then we gotta go get the people first.
Well, we can
Then
grab.
I'm very sorry. I would love to help, but I don't.
We'll leave the students to help. The students will help. We'll go.
You guys actually, because you were only 1 less than 5 restoration points, you only need to make 1 skill check.
I'll take care of it.
But is it still gonna be time?
Hold on a sec.
It's fine. If they've taken them, it's probably to be used as labor, so they'll be kept alive.
Yeah. Plus, the thing doesn't seem to like it gives you the option.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
You guys could have left right away, but you had less than 5 restoration points. So you have a choice between a medicine check, a diplomacy, religion, or society. Or pardon me, a medicine check or a diplomacy, religion, or society check.
I mean, I can do a diplomacy performance check.
Yeah, what's yours at now?
I should let you know the medicine check is the least difficult one.
I mean, you're good at medicine.
I mean, I can give us a 25 automatically on a medicine check.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to use assurance for your medicine?
Yep.
That is a success then. It was a DC 25 exactly.
Ooh.
It would have been even higher, but thankfully you guys got the 4 restoration points. It goes up by 1 for every 1 point less than 25 restoration points you have.
Also,
Okay.
chat,
Ooh.
I apologize. I need to quickly refresh my roll 20 so that I can put my healing spell onto Igora.
Oh, I didn't do anything with my health.
I mean, it should
Yeah,
automatically
when you level up the.
Yeah, I didn't actually like put the level.
We should do that.
Normally, that's the first thing I do. That was the last.
How many hit points are y'all sitting at now? I'm curious.
87.
Not enough.
How many?
That's a number for me to know, and you to not know, Mr. Man.
138.
I'll just tell you it's not that.
Well,
Not that.
132, but yeah. I love hit points. Nice.
All right. Are we good? Are we good to go?
Matt?
Yeah, that would. You guys can head out now if you want and pursue.
Yes.
All right. Give me a quick second here.
Ooh, and now my healing spells do 5d8 plus 40. Nice.
I'm gonna throw you guys on the map. Give me a second.
Yep.
Player characters. Cinders and Darkness. That is the wrong space to grab that. There it is. Aerith. Igora. Ophelia.
I have the level still. But
Avi.
so their hit points are at least correct.
And Gamma.
And Choco.
Quite the lineup here.
I do. There we go.
All right. So you guys are following the trail. You guys just know, due to your kind of initial research into this area when you were first traveling into it, are going into a region known as the Mugumo Plains. You know that ancient ruins and scar-like crevices dot the lush savanna of the Mugumo Plains. An incredible variety of life call these plains home, but the best known are the plentiful Mugumo fig trees that give the region its name. Let's see. You guys really quickly assess that the knights have a very big lead on you because it took you a little while to get from Bloodsalt to the village, and who knows how long it took that poor young fellow to get to you guys. So, but they have left a very obvious trail. So,
cool.
You guys start off with sort of like, a real burning desire to catch up to these people, to find the people they took, find if Iboko is trailing them. But you travel, and a day goes past, and the sun starts to dip, and you haven't caught up with them yet. And it doesn't actually make this clear or not. Have you brought your students with you, or did you leave the students at the village?
We left them in the village.
Okay. But eventually the sun is starting to dip, and you guys have been essentially force marching yourself for a day.
That's fine.
Do you guys want to try marching through the night, or do you want to set up a camp?
What are the consequences for marching through the night?
If you go without getting sleep within like the 24 hours, I think you can get a point of fatigue.
Yeah.
What if we managed, because we have a mount, would we be able to manage to get some shut-eye on the ride?
Considering the speed and the undulating of the mount and your unfamiliarity with the mount and no special like resting saddle made for this mount, probably not.
Yeah.
One day it's very possible, yes. This is just all very new to you.
That item doesn't exist, I'm afraid.
Yes, but we can homebrew it. A hoodoo, I think it's called.
If we rest, I can stay up all night and take a watch without any downside because of my new rain scribe feat.
I don't want to rest.
Fatigued is a pretty bad condition.
Oh, I know. You forget Nim is applying it to everyone constantly.
Granted, is it bad
You're
for
muted, Sybil.
spellcasters?
I think it's mostly an AC and saving throw thing.
Yeah, it's 1 AC and saving throws. So if you're okay with having a -1 to your AC and saving throws, it's your two's call. Because if we don't rest, I get all the benefits of a long rest regardless.
You know what? I'm willing to risk it.
For the biscuit.
Risk it for a Boko. Risk it.
Boko biscuit.
You guys want to risk it?
Okay.
I'm gonna start calling you Boko Biscuit now.
And I will do my best to try to get some rest on the way there, as a passenger.
Can I like sing a lullaby and like try to help Avi sleep?
Oh.
So hold on, let me make clear what's happening here. You guys are potentially going to continue to travel, but Avi wants to try and catch a nap, And to aid in this, you want to do a little lullaby from the back of this riding drake.
Hell yeah.
From
Yes.
Choco.
You know what?
Correct.
I'll allow the attempt.
She
Make
is
a performance check.
She is little. She is
little.
tiny.
That's the only reason you guys are managing to go like on this mount, because like half of your party are like little things.
She
Little creatures.
deserves
That's
a
a 31.
She deserves a nap.
You know what? You settle down into a comfortable nap, but just before you do, though, and this doesn't stop you from nodding off because it happens right before you nod off, Agate appears and drops a little stone into your hand.
Agate, what the heck? I just got her to sleep.
I snuggle it like a pillow.
You do notice carved on this stone is what appears to be a little representation of shackles. But you're like, oh, I'm not going to enjoy this.
Worrying. Good night.
But so you guys are continuing on?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys reach an area that is free from tree cover, and the moon is out beautifully tonight, and eliminates something you didn't expect to find here. You guys have come across the obvious aftermath of a skirmish. Shining in the moonlight are two armored figures, which, before you even really get that close, you recognize from the descriptions that the villagers gave you as two dead knights of Abendigo.
Wake Avi up.
And around them, in the churned ground stained with blood and pockmarked with boots and claw prints, are also 5 dead Eruxes, which, for those not familiar with Pathfinder, are lizard men.
Interesting.
And at the center of all this obvious kind of carnage and chaos, a third dead knight is propped up in half-plate armor with a trio of spears sticking through her body, keeping the corpse upright.
Oh.
Yeah, let's wake Avi up for this.
Yeah, I imagine you guys are like stopping as soon as you get a sense that like, oh, something happened here.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Sorry, Avi.
You come to wake and find a moonlit scene of slaughter and chaos.
Oh, this is not good, nor is it morning. What happened?
Like dead? How dead are they?
Well, for instance, the closest things to you appear to be some of the dead Eruxes, and they're pretty dead. One of them has been decapitated. Another has a whole broadsword through their heart.
Oh.
Are they
It does look like they went down in a struggle, though. They are dressed not as like merchants or civilians. They have like arms and weapons on them. You can examine them if you want.
Yeah, like, are they warm or are they...
That's a specious thing to ask about lizards.
If I
mean,
roll
like-
some sort of perception check, can I see
Yeah.
how long they've been?
How
dead?
long have they...
That would actually be more of a medicine check.
25.
To determine-
Oh.
24.
You think they are at least several hours dead. They are cold. They are cold as stone, even for cold-blooded creatures.
Anybody have anything good?
If someone wants, there's something about the way the Eruxes are dressed that gives your academic brains a little pause. Anyone who wants can give me a society check. That includes Aaron.
Woohoo!
I'll just let Avi do it.
Avi lives in a society.
I
Now-
live in a society.
A crit success is 10 over, yes?
This is. What if I use discern secrets?
Well, no,
It's
no.
35.
No, I'm saying this is almost a double crit.
Oh shit!
You only needed a 15 to get the basic information, and you rolled well over 10. So you recall on the basic success that these appear to be dressed as a group or a society of Eruxi known as the Turwa Lords.
Tora lords.
Turwa, Terwa. And because you got the critical success, you also know, and this is almost sort of like coming from current events in the Moagi Expanse, that the Turwa Lords are aggressive and expansionist, but They also have a sort of begrudging respect from people because they value honesty and openness. They bear grudges, and losing a battle like this is probably not something they're going to get over, because you do notice there's a lot more dead Uruxi than there are knights. So if any of the Uruxi got away from this, or if they're aware of what happened, this is going to be a sore spot for them, probably.
Ophelia, don't steal anything from these dead bodies because the Turwa don't. I see you looking in the pockets, and I understand the impulse, but it's these are not people that you want angry at
The
you.
bad guys.
Well, the Aruxi not so much, but
Well,
I mean,
aggressive and expansionist.
okay, maybe a little, but like, regardless of whether they're good guys or bad guys,
What
you
are they,
don't
what are
want
they
them
gonna
angry.
know? What do the knights have in their pockets?
Okay, the knights, sure, but the Aruxi, I would just leave alone.
There does seem to
it's
be
not fun.
there does seem to be some gear on the Uruxi, including one of them who seems to be less militarily garbed and seems to have like charms and some stuff that seems to have almost images of like constellations and stars on their clothes. That's a little farther in, though. You're looking at this from sort of a date or a distance.
Well, I guess
You guys,
we should probably keep moving, eh?
Yeah.
Assuming this individual in the middle of the field is the one that was like speared up.
yes. In addition to the spears, it's possible they may have a trident still stuck in them.
Ooh, that's cool. Does it have anything? What is that one? What's that?
You can take a look if you want.
Yeah, I want to look at it.
Let's go up. I'll go with you, Ophelia. Please stand
All right,
behind
so-
the gamma.
As you approach, there's a sudden stillness in the air, and you suddenly notice that all the like wildlife and stuff around this field suddenly goes instantly quiet.
What the heck?
And the corpse in the middle that has been speared, there's a single little twitch, and then her flesh and blood starts dissolving away in sparks of electricity, revealing the bones underneath. And she just suddenly wrenches herself to the side, snapping all the spears holding her upright, and she just kind of stands up, her head slowly coming straight up as she seems to like get firmness of her stance, despite now the lack of any sort of muscles or ligaments or anything. And there's just horrible glow inside the armored helmet of this undead creature.
They're going to try to kill us, aren't they?
I don't like that.
You feel a palpable malevolence and hatred, but we are going to dive into that combat next week, because this is a type of undead you guys have not faced before, and it might be a bit of a fight.
They're immune to all spells.
No.
I don't
No,
like it.
hopefully. I haven't actually looked at the stat block yet, but I hope not.
Could you fucking imagine if an
We
AP
are
just-
effed in the A.
if the AP just put in the AP about people going to a magic school, just threw in an enemy that was like, haha,
was like,
fuck you, none of your
no
spells work,
magic.
you stupid little casters.
They did. They did throw in an enemy like that.
You remember that weird experiment that got around that was like really resistant to evocation magic?
Yeah.
That was a
That's at least
dangerous
just
encounter.
one kind of magic, but like all kinds of magic would be worse.
Oh
Yeah,
no, it has a very specific
Here.
barbarian ability. Oh no.
That would be something like a deity that would have that ability. But anyway.
Oh. God, this thing has a lot of text.
I don't like that.
Well, I think we
I have
just came
encounters
across
where
it
I just am
first.
not able to do anything.
I think we
This
came
is
across
a
it
really
first.
cool fight.
And we
At
will
least
see that
you're
fight next week.
excited.
I'm also excited. I love a
Also-
good fight.
She is absolutely a girl boss.
Oh,
So she's
she's
got a girl-
gaslighting,
Girl
she's
boss.
gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Is it
She
now
has-
depending on the way
She
it
will,
fights? Is it a
she
girl
will
boss
gatekeep the souls right out of you.
or is it a girl boss?
But you say that like it's mutually exclusive.
That's fair.
This I mean she does weirdly enough, despite being a different class entirely and wearing like half plate, does have some. That's I'm not sure that's an accurate picture, but does have a specific barbarian ability, which I really like.
Ah. All right, but if you want to see that, you'll have to join us next Monday. Otherwise,
I'm looking
come
forward to it.
and join us on Wednesday as we do year 2 of our 3-year time gap.
Yeah.
McKenna be excited for that.
I'm very excited when I tell you I have a list of NPCs that I want to check in on.
Oh boy.
I have a Gwendolyn and Elisandra thing that I want to do with you. So we'll be doing that in year 2. In addition to that, on Friday we will either be off or have our session 0 of the Spelljammer game. I will let you all know that on Wednesday. Regardless, we might have like a short production meeting on that night too, just to square up some things. Then on Saturday, Assault and Sorcery is back, barring any interruptions due to life. And Sunday, Pokemon Nuzlocke continues. Come and make fun of my bad decisions. And then we're back on Monday with the Strength of Thousands AP. Thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to check out those many, many other shows that I just talked about on the channel. I'm going to see who we know is online right now.
Probably.
No, PJ is not up yet.
No.
So we are going to go and we haven't raided Q Times in a while.
Yeah.
They're playing some tabletop RPGs, so go say hi to them, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Have a good
Bye,
night, everyone.
guys.